Welcome to the next lecture of our course, Mocking with WireMock.net. And in this lecture, we'll be talking about the issue which we were facing in our last lecture while we were trying to do the proxying, which was using the wildcard matcher to regex matcher for replacing this kind of patterns that we are seeing over here. I know this is kind of crazy, right? We're trying to do this one. We try to use the regex matcher and we use the dot asterisk over here to ensure that the matching actually works for us over here. But instead of you trying to do this one, what if you try to remove this header itself within your code? So let's say if I just do that, I'm going to remove these headers and I'm going to remove the header for the rest of them as well, just for the probably by ID 1 alone, so that we can see if that really works. I'm going to go to the application and I'm going to also start the mock server, which is going to point to that particular mapping. And I'm going to go to the application over here, going to the EA web app, and run it. And now if I hit this particular get products API, which is by hitting this product, you're seeing that this particular list is coming up, and we also modify the first product, which is the edit. It also works for us over here. The reason why this is working is because we have removed the header, which was of trace parent. So if you see the trace parent over here anywhere, if you're removing that, it is just going to work for us, right? So that is one trick that you can ensure that you don't get the header mismatch error. So how do we actually avoid removing it from manual intervention to automatically happen this? Well, this can be done using the special exclude headers property within our WireMock proxy itself. So I'm just going to copy this trace parent name. I'm going to go to the WireMock over here, and within this proxy and record setting, there is an option called as exclude headers. So here you can just exclude a specific header. So basically the type is basically a string array. So I can just use the string array, something like this. So now that this header is going to be excluded, you can also do an exclusion of the cookie or params if you wanted to. That way it is also going to be excluded for you behind the scene. So once I do that and once I save it, and if I go back to the mappings and remove all of these from here, and if I go to my app and ensure that it runs both the API and the UI, if I run this, I'm going to stop the mock server because I'm going to do the recording this time. So I'm going to run our proxy settinged WireMock server. And now if I go to my app over here, you will notice that everything is just going to work fine. No problem on that. So if I hit details, it is just going to work. I'm going to hit edit, work, edit, work, edit, work. Cool. I'm going to go back to my proxy setting again, which is this one. And I'm going to hit enter. So hopefully everything is going to be saved this time. So if I just go to VS Code, you see that it's all been saved. But this time, note that there is no trace parent at all in any of the headers that we have got. So it's automatically been excluded during the recording phase of our proxy settings over here, which is quite awesome, right? And now, without me doing anything within the application or in the mappings file, I can just run the application over here. And if I go to the product list, it is just going to work if the server is up and running. Sorry, I did not do that. So maybe just have to run it. And if I hit the product, you see that it is working. So if I do an edit, it works. And if I do a detail, it works. And if I do an edit again, works. It all just works for us. So this ensures as that we can just exclude a specific header during the recording phase of the proxy setting in the WireMock.net, so that we don't really have to necessarily exclude those header manually in the static mapping file. So hope you got the idea, and this is how you can make things even more better while you do using the WireMock.NET with proxy setting enabled.